This is how to run Google Ads campaigns for landscapers in under 10 minutes in 2025. And in the end, I will show you one trick that most people actually don't think about, which crushes so many Google Ad campaigns. So when we head over to a new Google Ads account right here, we want to click on New Campaign and then click on New Campaign. And in here, we want to use leads as our objective. And we want to click on continue because we do not want to set up conversion tracking now. That is not for the scope of this video. The video would be way too long. We want to obviously use the search network because we want it to be displayed on search. That's where people go when they want to find a landscaping business. Now for the website visits, this is the goal we want to use, and you need to paste your website in here. So I will just find a landscaping website and come back. So I found a blade of grass as we can use for our website. For this tutorial, you also need to put in your own website. We can call this landscaping tutorial and click on continue. And we want to start a new campaign. Now for the bidding strategy, we actually want to set this up after we have set up the Google Ads campaign because we actually are not allowed to use the manual CPC when we set up the campaign. We are allowed to change it to manual CPC after the campaign is set up for some reason. So for networks, we don't want to be displayed for any network other than the search network. We don't want to waste any money. And for the location, we want to click on enter another location, advanced search. And there are different strategies to how we can do this, but for now we will just say Boston. Click on include, and we don't want to include Boston, but we want to find our place pretty quickly and then cross that out. Now we want to show all areas, and in here we want to basically click on all the areas or include all the areas we want to serve. So you can include all the areas you want to have your Google Ads shown up for, basically. Include those, and then you want to actually exclude all the areas around this area you want to have your ads shown up for. You can exclude all of those and basically make a perimeter around your areas you have included, because Google Ads are not too strict on where they show their ads. So you might be shown up for places you don't want to be shown up for, and we want to have a strict location basically to make sure our analytics are good. So once you've done that, you can click on save and continue. Now we will have our language set to English, audience segments you don't need to do, and broad match keywords, we can set that to off. More settings, there's one more setting that is crucial, and that is ad schedule. We want to set that to whenever we are able to take phone calls, basically. So let's say that is 9 to 5, Mondays to Fridays. There we go, click on next. And now in keyword and asset generation, we want to skip that because we will add those after the campaign is done. Now, as you can see, Google has added some keywords. Let's just see how those are. Outdoor designer, landscaping services, garden designer, garden landscaping, landscaping architect. It looks like these landscape ideas, that is a keyword you don't want to be shown up for because those people are not actually wanting to pay for any services. They just want some ideas. So the other keywords actually look good. So for now, we'll just leave them be, and we'll add some better keywords later, and we'll change those keywords to have phrase match after we have set up the campaign. Now for the ads, the find URL, this is where people are actually being sent when they click your ad. So super important that the find URL is the correct one. For this display path, this is just what is being displayed on the ad when people see the ad. So this is not actually where people are being sent. They are still being sent to the find URL you're setting up here. So you can just say landscaper and then say Boston, like that. And then for the headlines, we have a long list of headlines we know work for landscapers. But for now, I will just put in some headlines that I have on the top of my head. Number one, and I'll be back in 30 seconds. There you go. Now I added some decent headlines. And for these headlines, we would like to actually pin some of the headlines to the first position of the headlines. As you can see here, show only in position 1. We want that to show in position 1. And we also want best landscaper in Boston to show in position 1. And we want get free estimate online to show in position 2. And the same goes for all landscaping services to show in position 2. There we go. So these two will never be shown in the same ad. And the same goes for these two. And these two will only be shown in position 1, as you can see in here. So moving on, we want to add some descriptions. I will also add some, paste some descriptions I have from earlier. Descriptions are not actually that important. The only thing about them is they need to be long enough to make your ad larger and take up more of the screen. So we can just say 20 years, saying, yep, that looks good. And the second one here is this one. And we need to say that this is not a plumber, but this is a landscaper. Local landscaper in Boston. Get a free quote on our website by clicking this link. Okay, let me just get my face back in the screen. There we go. And now for the business name and logos, you need to connect to your Google Business account to actually get access to those, and that will be displayed in the ad right here. So this is also nice to have, not super important. The site links, these are super important to have in your Google ads. These are basically links just underneath your ad, as you can see here, where people can click if they wonder about, for example, prices. This is a really important one to have. Let me just get my URL link that I used here again. Copy that final URL and get back over to the site links. Click on use site link and then use that final URL / let me just I can say prices here, and I will show you a little trick you can do if you do not have a separate page for prices and service areas and services, which are the 3 site links you need to have. You can actually just say #1 and #2 and #3 after each of those final URLs. The reason is that Google actually don't let you send people to the same final URL for the different site links. So you can actually trick Google by just saying #1, #2, #3, and they will all be sent to abladeofgrass.com. So you can do this for your website as well, of course. Service areas is the second important one to have. And I need to remember that this was supposed to be in under 10 minutes. So I need to maybe speed up a bit and don't explain everything I do. And this was services. And the final URL was /services. There we go, create. The callouts are not super important, but there is one asset type that is super important that we need to add, and that is calls. So here you need to add your phone number, of course. Click on new call and add your phone number, and then click on apply. Once you're done with that, click on done. And now I just need to turn my camera back on again. There we go, and we can click on next, because we will add our keywords later. Set a custom budget. I will set it to 1 for now. This is how much you want to spend each day. And you can click on next. And our campaign is good to go. So you can click on publish campaign. And Google wants us to set up Google Tag Manager, but we will not set up conversion tracking for now. And it also said that our ads will be live in 1 to 2 business days. But we typically see that they're actually done reviewing our campaign after 1 to 2 hours. So don't worry. And then we want to head over to our campaign, click on the landscaping tutorial. There we go. Now we can click on campaigns and campaigns to find our landscaping tutorial campaign. And in here, we need to click this little icon next to the landscaping tutorial. And in here, we want to change our bidding strategy. So go to bidding and change bid strategy or select a bid strategy directly. And then we want to enter manual CPC and click on save. And again, you can change your budget here, what you want to spend each day. And you can also change your budget in here inside the campaigns. Now, when I click on the campaign, you will come over to the ad group that we made earlier. We should have called this something else than ad group 1. We can call this landscaper Boston. There we go. Click on save. And in there, once Google are actually done reviewing your campaign, you will be able to set a manual cost per click, basically how much you want each click to cost. So inside of Landscaper Boston, you can see that we have the AdWords that we added earlier inside the campaign setup. But for now, we want to head over to Tools and Planning and the Keyword Planner. And then click on Discover New Keywords because we want to add some new keywords, and I need to set my language to English. There we go. And we want to set our area to, the thing is, you can either set it to the area you are located in, like Boston, or you can just set it to whole United States if you don't have enough search keyword volume basically in your area. Click on Save, and then you can click on, and then you can type in landscaper, because that is the type of search keywords we want to find keywords for. And in here, you can see the top of range bid, low range and high range bid. So basically what can you expect from your bid? How much do you need to bid to come on the top of Google's page for the landscaper keyword and for the lawn care near me keyword, etc., etc. So what you can do here is that you can actually just add all the keywords you want to be displayed for, like this. These all look good to me. And you can basically go ahead and click on all the keywords you want to be displayed for, and then click on Roofer Tutorial, click on Existing Campaign. And we want to have this set inside the landscaping tutorial and the landscaper Boston. And we want to set this to phrase match and add those keywords. Confirm. And now it is adding our keywords. And now we want to go over to our ad group. And inside here, we want to click on that ad group, and we want to, let me just see if I can click on ad group. There we go. We want to change all of the search keywords that we have entered to be phrase match. Reason is broad match keywords, you basically have a wider, the reason we want to use phrase match keywords is because when we use broad match keywords, the way Google actually defines what is a broad match for that keyword, like landscape design, is that it is a large or a wide relation to that keyword. So when people search for, let's say, website design, you can still get, shown up for website design when you have design in your keyword as a broad match. So we want to change all of these keywords, select all 17, edit, and change match types. Change match types, change all match types to phrase match, which is a closer related match type. If you still see that you have enough search volume, you can change this to exact match, which is even closer relation to your keyword. But that is rare examples where I see that exact match has enough, or the keywords have enough search volume to use exact match. So once you're done with that, you want to add a little. Go to Tools and go to Shared Library and go to Exclusion Lists. And in here, you want to add an exclusion list, basically a negative keyword list that you don't want to be shown up for your Google Ads, so that you basically don't waste more money on Google Ads than you have to. So we can just click on New List and call this General Negative List. And in here, we want to paste different words that we don't want to be displayed for. So those words can be the following: can I, cheap, could, do it yourself, free, how, manuals, should, and would, because these are the types of people that search for this is not people who are looking to buy your services. So if you enjoyed this video and found this helpful, please make sure to subscribe. And if you want us to do Google Ads, let it done for you, click the link in the description, and I will see you in the next one.